Doctor Who Festive Marathon continues. By now it has been confirmed that we won't get a Christmas special this year, but it will instead kind of debut a new episode on New Year's Day. No problem. It just means that instead of a Doctor Who Christmas marathon, now it's more like a Doctor Who Festive marathon. Yeah, I can work with that. But anyway, next up on the Doctor Who Festive Marathon, the 2007 Christmas special, Voyage of the Damned. For me, Voyage of the Damned, kind of in my rankings, it's kind of still fairly low, but to me, in its defence, although I always rank it fairly low, Voyage of the Damned to me is always the one that seems the most cinematic, the biggest, the most epic. Even if I don't rank it particularly highly, I do feel it's kind of the most movie-esque. In which, yeah, with Doctor Who episodes, especially specials, you ideally want them to be kind of as big as possible. And that's, I feel, what this episode does very well. I do have a few small aches and gripes about it, but I still think it's a very good episode. What's the setup? Well, the Doctor, after having said goodbye to his previous companion Martha Jones, somehow collides with the Titanic. Yeah, that's a pretty iconic scene. But then he discovers that it's not the actual Titanic, but rather a space cruiser, kind of on a space cruise, kind of visiting different planets to experience different cultures. Fair enough, and they happen to be experiencing Christmas. He meets a kind of ragtag band of people, including a couple named Morven and Foon Van Hoff, a small red conker-like alien called Banacafalata, and there's no other bit of a hard way to describe it, a prick named Rixton Slade, an old man named Mr. Copper, and his companion set for the episode, a waitress named Astrid, played by Kylie Minogue. Yes. However, the Titanic doesn't fare any better than the original Titanic, and of course things soon dissolve to chaos, with the group having to survive. Now, apart from the Doctor himself, they actually have got a fairly good cast for this year. They usually get a fairly good cast for the Christmas episodes. Get special guest stars in. I mean, this one is a particularly good one with guest actors such as I said, Kylie Minogue. You've also got former Tracy Beaker actor Clive Rowe, and you've got future Arrowverse actor Russell Tovey. It's got a good cast in this one. The villain, the main villain, you've got the setup of his henchmen are the host, kind of talking information points from around shit that look like golden angels. They're not necessarily a bad kind of henchmen. They're actually pretty. They do provide some pretty funny stuff, especially when you get to the security protocol 1 stuff of, three questions saved my life, am I right? Information, correct. No, that wasn't one of them. I didn't mean that. It's not fair. Can I start again? Information, no. I mean, that stuff like that is hilarious. The villain himself, it's kind of a bit of a surprise, but when you kind of see him coming, I mean, since I kind of briefly studied kind of finance stuff for a bit, I do appreciate his kind of motivations kind of a lot more, kind of wanting to kind of wanting to kind of bankrupt the members of his board and also have them thrown in jail. I can kind of understand his motivation a bit more. It doesn't mean it's a good motivation, but it's not bad. But one other thing I will give this episode is that it contains for me, I think, one of the most epic moments in Doctor Who. I mean, Doctor Who is kind of full of epic moments, and I could probably list a couple off. One that I usually remark on is the ending of the Series 2 episode Army of Ghosts, in which the Cybermen admit the sphere isn't theirs, to which the sphere suddenly opens and you get 4 Daleks. You just think, well, we're fucked. Yeah. But I do feel this contains kind of one of the most epic pieces of dialogue from kind of David Tennant. So, he's trying to keep everyone calm and say, we will get through this, come on, follow me, we can do this. And then Rickson just says, hang on a minute, who put you in charge? Who the hell are you anyway? And he delivers one of the most awesome monologue pieces of the show that I feel there was up to that point, which was, I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey of the constellation of Cassadebrus. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below. You have a problem with that? That for me is just an epic moment, and I love that particular moment. As I said, I do have a few aches and things with the episode. I mean, for example, you got a scene about just at the start of the second act, you get a scene where people start dying off, and my main problem with it, you've got of our ragtag band. There's the Doctor, the couple, Astrid, Rixton, Mr. Copper, and Banaka Falata. 7 people. You got 7 people in this ragtag band, and then at the start of the second act, you lose 3 of them in one scene. So you go from 7 people right down to 4 people. Hang on, have I got that right? The Doctor, Mr. Copper, Rixton, the couple, Banaka Falata, Astrid. Well, anyway, you lose 3 people in one scene. And that, to me, kind of felt a little bit quick. I mean, you've got the male member of the couple who the ground collapses beneath him, he falls over the railings and falls into the ship's engines. Then, a few minutes later, you got the host attacking them, and Banaka Falata sacrifices himself, proving that he's a cyborg, and destroying the remaining hosts all around them. So that's 2, and then when one of the hosts is still is clutched on, is still operational, the other member of the couple loops herself to it with rope and jumps in, so you get 3 people in one scene. Personally, I think I would have preferred it a little bit more if they had slowly been picked off one by one as they went through the ship, but I will also admit that Astrid's death scene, not her actual death, when she pushes the evil villain over the side and into the engine, not that, but when the Doctor tries to save her, I'll admit I kind of avoided watching that scene for a while. I'd usually skip past it, but watching it now, it's rather hard to watch. I mean, David Tennant's Doctor is so visually upset at not being able to save her. It's rather a hard scene to watch, but I'll admit it is very powerful. And yeah, I do think that if she had survived, maybe she could have been a good companion. I mean, she's played by Kylie Minogue, so it probably wasn't going to happen. But yeah, I could see that it could have been a very nice pairing of the two. But overall, while I admit it's still not particularly ranked very highly in my Christmas specials list as a whole, I do still feel this is one of the biggest and most epic Christmas specials that they did. It's not necessarily the best, but to me, it's still a really good one. I advise you, check it out. It's still pretty good. Anyway, the next one of my personal favourites, The Next Doctor. Until then, see ya.